You are listening to Seven Horns AI, your AI-powered market update. Today is Wednesday, June 24th, 2026, and the U.S. stock market has just wrapped up another trading session. It was a story of divergence on Wall Street today. The major indices finished mixed, with the tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite declining 0.43% to close at 25,476.64, while the S&P 500 edged lower by just 0.08%, ending at 7,359.90. Meanwhile, the Dow Jones Industrial Average bucked the downward trend, ticking up 0.35% to 51,848.90, as investors rotated into defensive and value-oriented sectors. Looking at the intraday price action, we saw markets open higher in an attempted bounce from yesterday's steep losses. However, the early momentum faded by lunchtime. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq reversed course and drifted into negative territory, while the Dow managed to defend its gains through the closing bell. Looking ahead to overnight trading, S&P futures are essentially in line with today's close, down a mere 0.05%, showing no meaningful move. However, Nasdaq 100 futures are surging 1.89%, signaling a massive tech recovery ahead of tomorrow's open. That future surge is being driven by a blowout after-hours catalyst. Micron Technology reported blockbuster earnings after the bell, with revenue quadrupling to $41.5 billion and earnings per share coming in at $25.11. Micron shares skyrocketed over 13.2% in extended trading, completely rewriting the sentiment for the semiconductor sector. During the regular session, megacaps were under pressure. Microsoft was the weakest link, dropping 2.27%, while Tesla declined 1.59%. Nvidia ended down about 0.5%, but is rallying in after-hours action alongside Micron. Other notable moves included Navitas Semiconductor, which fell over 14% during the regular session but recovered more than 6% after hours. Corning also posted strong gains, rallying 6% during the day. Turning to international markets, today's mixed U.S. session would typically offer a muted lead-in, but the massive post-close semiconductor rally has completely shifted the narrative. Although Asian markets closed mixed in their last session, with Tokyo's Nikkei shedding nearly 1%, the overnight outlook is suddenly very bright. Tokyo futures are already pointing to a sharp recovery, and traders heading into the Tokyo and Hong Kong opens should expect a highly constructive, positive tone. On the macro front, the Federal Reserve released its annual bank stress tests today, confirming that the banking system remains strong and well-capitalized. In commodities, we saw significant weakness as gold tumbled 3% and oil sank 4.5%. Looking ahead, the key event to watch tomorrow is the release of the Personal Consumption Expenditures inflation data, which will likely dictate the Federal Reserve's next policy moves. That's your market wrap for today. This has been a Seven Horns AI production. For more insights, visit us at sevenhorns.ai. We'll be back tomorrow.